Fuck man. Joe Cool, Sex Animal, what's up? Mr. Meme, the motherfucking s'mores. Yeah, so that last stream I did yesterday was pretty popular, so we can talk some more about that drama. I got like an hour or two probably again to waste some time. Whatever. You guys can talk to me while I eat this cheat meal, this epic cheat meal right now. Let me get the link so I can share this fucking video. Time out. I'm multitasking since it just started. Ah, shit, I need a water. That's my British accent. I need a water to wash down all this fucking goddamn sugar. Oh, okay, there we go. That's part one. The water has been taken. Wait, there we go. Clarko-tainment gang shit. Sir Squigglies, what's up? Bro, that was an awesome stream last night. Really intense emotions. Was it really intense? I tried to make it pretty funny for people too, you know what I mean? So I kind of joked about stuff too. You know what I mean? What's up, Josh? Try to tell some funny stories too. You know what I mean? Keep it lighthearted. You know what I mean? Oh my God, this stuff is so good. I can literally feel the sugar in my mouth though. Mike Burns, what's up, dude? I'm just doing another random stream, I guess, while I eat my epic cheat meal. Oh my God, do you see this shit? Respect it. Look at that shit. Oh my God. So good, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. I did a cooking video on how to make this. I'm gonna upload a video later on how to cook this stuff. I'm interested. Have you played any games like Bloodborne? Never played Bloodborne, but yeah, I play Kingdom Hearts, of course. I like Kingdom Hearts 2. I like Kingdom Hearts 2 a lot, considering I don't care about Kingdom Hearts. And Kingdom Hearts 3 was just okay. No. I never played any of the other ones, though. You know, they have like Death by Sleep, Death by Maury Povich test results, you know, Birth, Dick Up My Butthole, whatever the fuck they're called. You know, there's a lot of different ones, but I never played those ones, so I only played the main ones. And like I said, I like 2 a lot, but 3 was just okay. I'm going to need a laxative for that thing. Well, you got to keep yourself regular, dude. You know what I mean? Maybe take some Metamucil or something. I'm eating a s'more. A golden graham s'more. It's very good. Technically, it's probably kind of nutritious for you too. Besides all the sugar. Because it's basically just a lot of fortified cereal. So it's got a lot of fucking nutrients in it, technically, I think. So good. Wow. We could tell more of the stories from yesterday if people want, but so good. Kingdom Hearts 2 was amazing. Kingdom Hearts 3 has Remind DLC. It has a lot of callbacks and new combos. What's the problem? Like Kingdom Hearts 3, yeah. And what's up, Yummy Crumpus? I was me and my friend were talking about Kingdom Hearts 3 and how it has that DLC. And we're like, oh shit, okay, if it's like a DLC and it's like $10 or something, yeah, sure. But it's like, dude, you wanted me to pay $30 for fucking boss battles? I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, don't get me wrong, the boss battles are basically kind of the best thing in Kingdom Hearts from a certain perspective. But it's like, you want me to pay $30 for DLC? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Fuck my titties on a Sunday. I'm not paying you $30 for a DLC. I like the game, but fuck, dude. I thought it was gonna be like $10. $30? $30 to play the whole game? What the fuck are you talking about? Jesus Christ. You know, ridiculous. $30 for DLC to play the boss battles? I gotta pay 30 extra bucks to play the whole game? What's wrong with you? Give me a fucking break, man. So I never even played it. I never played the DLC because I'm like, I don't support that. Miss Pac-Man was better than Mr. Pac-Man. I have no comment on that. I don't know if I've ever. What's the difference between Miss Pac-Man and Pac-Man? What's the difference? You guys got Wheat Bix in the UK. That name is kind of familiar. Wheat Bix? Are you into The Last of Us? No. But I played what are those games called? I played what's the game called? The Uncharted games. I played some of the Uncharted games. And I guess technically they look fucking amazing and that graphically, right? But I'm not it was just okay to me though, other than that. Hey Clayton, how's your day been? I worked out today, and then I went to the bank because I needed some money. It was ridiculous. I went to the bank because this whole fucking COVID shit, all the hours of everything's messed up. So now the bank is only open till like 3:00. So I'm like, fuck, I gotta go run the bank. I gotta go get money. And then I went and I got on. I went to the bank to get some money, and then I went there. And It's like, well, we can't hand you your money until you fucking. We won't hand you your money until you fucking put on a mask. And I'm like, you just let me into the bank. I told you how much money I need, and now you say you legally don't have to give me my money until I put on a mask. So I had to go leave, and I had to go get a fucking mask, and then come back to the bank. Unfucking believable. Are you kidding me? What's up, Fragrance Bro? What's up? I just got, well, I haven't got it, but for my birthday, I did buy some new samples of stuff, so it's supposed to be coming in. So I got some samples of new stuff to try. You know what I mean? Just trying to keep my channel active fragrance-wise. I don't know if I'll like anything, but I don't know. Have you smelled anything lately? Mr. Pac-Man has better AI, does it? No. Birthed by Maury Povich, yeah. Man, the game has so many fucking ridiculous names. Birthed by Maury Povich test result. Birthed by sleep. Birthed by non-homosexuality, penis and vagina. Absolutely ridiculous how many games there are. All right. So I never played those ones. XU Soul, I'm lurking here again. What's up, dude? Will you live stream your PS5 reactions? Is that this week? When is that happening? What do you think is the hardest character to do combos with in Dragon Ball Fighter Z? I don't know. I feel like just sometimes specific combos are hard. Depends what it is. Depends what combo. I mean, you could tell me a combo that you think was hard, and I'll tell you if I think it was hard to do. I could do something like that. Yeah. DLC just sucks nowadays. Don't matter the company. They're going to put a price for the little extra. Every goddamn skins and back. Yeah, you know, I've actually talked about this with a friend. I don't even know if companies make games anymore. I don't know if companies even make games anymore with the idea of we're going to try to make the best game possible. You realize how fucked that is? That is? Isn't that pretty weird? Imagine we live in a day and age now too where things get patched so regularly. Video game companies literally can put out video games now and be like, "Hey, we don't have to put out the best product. We can put out a half-assed product because we know we can always just put out a DLC later or patch it later." Isn't that fucked up? So I'm wondering if there's ever going to be like really amazing games anymore, because technically you don't have to really make. Look at all this shit on my hands. You don't have to make quotation marks amazing games anymore because you can always just patch it. It's kind of sad. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, do you even have to make games anymore? I mean, okay, you have to make games, but hopefully you get what I'm saying. Do you think companies like literally they make games and they're like, we have to make the best game possible now? And it's probably like, no, we just have to make a game that will get the initial funds in, and then all this other stuff, we'll just patch it all up. Isn't that fucked up? Imagine living in an age where you can tell yourself, we don't have to make the best game anymore. It's fucked up. My daily wear has been pineapple vintage as of late, but shit, man, I've gotten out of the scene lately. Well, you know what, dude? I'm not super into the fragrance scene anymore either, because it's just kind of like, well, first of all, like I said, I reached the point a long time ago where, first of all, I'm sick a lot, right? So the idea that I'm going out trying to find out what girls like all the time anyway is kind of iffy, because I'm not always going out trying to get girls anymore, right? Because I'm just, as my health has gotten worse throughout the years, it's just not as easy. And plus, being into fragrances as long as I've been in, you'll notice that almost everything potentially gets compliments. Really, it's what fragrances don't get compliments. Because I've been complimented on a ton of stuff that people say doesn't get compliments. Most stuff, as long as it's within reason, can get compliments. So it's just like a balance of finding something you like, you know what I mean, that isn't out there. You know what I mean? So I mean, I got some samples coming of random shit. I'm gonna try it. I don't know how I'll like it, but you know, I'm still trying to keep a little bit of my brain going for fragrances. You know, still try to say, you know, that's the thing too that's hard with YouTube. I feel like, man, it must be almost impossible to make money off fragrance stuff unless you're just shilling everything. Like, oh, I got to try the newest thing. I got to try the newest thing, and it's like that's not very fun to me where I am anymore, because I just don't have that kind of money. I don't have that kind of money to be sampling every fucking new thing that comes out. And I've told before, I've had fragrance companies and perfumers tell me that I don't give good enough reviews to get things for free. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to give a fake review. So, you know, then I guess I'm just not going to get it. Well, anyway, you should play do hit and do combos with hit. I'm not really into hit. Like I said, I think hit is a more interesting competitively character than he is combo wise. That Pikachu is over there. I don't want to get my sticky fingers on him, though. How would you fix YRC and Guilty Gear XR? Well, first of all, I know some people hate YRC and Guilty Gear XR. I actually don't necessarily hate YRC. I do think YRC is interesting. that it slows down the game. I just don't like that they made it. It takes no skill. You just press the buttons, whatever, basically. I don't know why, if you're just trying to make the game another level of the game, you know what I mean? They should have just done something like, make a YRC have FRC timing like it did before. Make it hard. You know what I mean? Don't make it easy. You're still progressing the game by making things, making things slower, whatever, right, dude? But you don't have to take away the skill of it. I mean, that's the stupid point, dude, right? SB Unlimited, what's up? Are we in the worst timeline? Is it because as a kid I half finished my set, or are we talking about games? Like I said, if we're talking about games, dude, I think it is sad. Like I said, I don't even know if you need to make a great game anymore. You can just be like, hey, all we need to do is put out an adequate game, and then we can just patch it as much as we want to. We can just keep patching it as much as we want to. It's fucking sad. SB Unlimited. Hey, Clayton, what's up? I always find that DLCs are on exchange to charge the account for a game. Mitchell, a 60 game is better than a $30 game. 100. Yeah, I really don't agree with how. Here's a thought too. I'm eating Golden Graham s'mores. I made a cooking video on how to make it too. So maybe I'll put that out. Where are we? Yeah, I mean, okay, so this wasn't my idea. A friend told me this too. And it's like, if you think about it, he's like, fighting games are pretty simple, right? A fighting game, you just need a background, a stage, and characters. It's not rocket science, right? In that terms, right? And I agree with that perspective that he said, He's like, fighting games are pretty simple on a somewhat developmental level, right? Just make sure you have some stages. You need 2 characters fighting, and you need some music. You know what I mean? You don't need to go crazy with all these graphics, all this other shit, dude. That's the core idea of a fighting game, right? So it's sad to think that, even for fighting games, like, hey, we don't need this game, even though it's not fucking rocket science, you know what I mean? Even though it's not fucking rocket science, we can just make an adequate game, and then if we need to patch it, we'll just patch it later. We don't need to worry about making a great game because we can just patch everything and people will buy it. It's fucking retarded. And then the worst part is, I'm not talking shit about people too. Dragon Ball Fighter Z, again, I said this before. Dragon Ball Fighter Z is the biggest dropped ball in the history of fighting games, in my opinion. Dragon Ball Z should have had the potential to be one of the best fighting games ever. It's the biggest drop ball in the history of fighting games. And I've called out the community for this too. Do you remember when Season 3 was being announced? And all these years, these past couple years, everyone's complaining, I don't want to play this game because of homing dash. If they don't fix homing dash, I'm never going to play this game again. Oh, I don't like Vanish. If they don't fix Vanish, I'm never going to play this game again. This game sucks. What happened when they put out Season 3? All these dudes that say they're never going to play the game again because homing dash is cheap, Vanish is cheap, auto combos are cheap. They put in more assists, so now everyone likes the game. And everyone got horny about it. It's like, you motherfuckers just said you were never going to play the game again. You just said unless, oh gosh darn tootin', unless Arc System and Bandai Works actually fix these auto combos and fix the homing dash and the Vanish, I'm never playing this game. I swear I'm never playing this game ever again. And then Season 3 came out and they put in extra assists and everyone's like, oh, this game is awesome. It's like, that's why, well, fuck, no wonder these companies are taking advantage of you guys. Nothing you guys even say is true. You guys just complain to complain about something. And people say that I complain, dude. It's ridiculous. Give me a break. You guys just said you fucking hated the game. But now they put in another assist. And the assists, some of the assists are just fucking Mugen assists. They're just special move with special move put together. Motherfucker, you just said you were never going to play the game again.
You're like, I'm so tired. This is 2 years in a row of them not fixing auto combos, not fixing homing dash, not fixing vanish. And then season 3 came out. All you guys have said you were never going to play the game again. You're like, oh shit, there's a new assist. I'm playing the game again. It's awesome. You know, like, what are you talking about? I don't really care about Killer Instinct, but I like the dude Docker. I think you might enjoy it from a conceptual standpoint. I don't know what that is about. I don't know. I was watching a random Guilty Gear video and Autoplay sent me to your stream. As long as do you think it's possible for fighting games to evolve in depth and complexity, but simultaneously become more accessible for skilled players? Do I think it's possible for a game to become more complex? So basically, do I think it's possible for a game to become more complex but be more accessible for an easier player? Well, it depends on how easy going if we're talking about accessibility, right? I guess because, I mean, I would say it depends on how loose we are being with the words, but, you know, it depends. I guess that's not a very good answer, right? It depends on, like, how easygoing are we being with terms. Because if maybe a game could be super complex, but technically there might be some character in the game that just has something that's so easy, he doesn't need the complex stuff, right? You know what I mean? So, I mean, it really depends, right? What are your thoughts on Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection? I have not played it. It's just like Mortal Kombat from all graphics, no gameplay. Happy thoughts. What's up? Don't worry about it. Let me rephrase. Mortal Kombat 10 was amazing. 11 is all graphics for me. I only played the last one I played a little bit was 9 when I made those combo videos. Dragon Ball FighterZ is my first fighting game, and after learning even just a little bit of something like X, I realized how babied X Dragon Ball FighterZ was. Yeah, like I said, Dragon Ball FighterZ is the worst dropped ball in the history of fighting games, in my opinion. It should be an amazing game, but unfortunately, it's not, though. Talking about people that are never satisfied Nintendo fans. Give me an example. Yeah, I've heard some people like Killer Instinct music. 7 Lucky Star Gamer or Sky Gamer. What's up, dude? Frost Waverns, right? Is that how I say it? Do you think the Riot Games fighting game will bring some changes in the fighting game industry, as it will surely be free like their previous games? I never played their previous games, so I don't even know. No idea. Totally over my head. Lost on me. Is that is Riot Games? Is that League of Legends? Is that what that? I know there's some fighting game, or was it League of Legends? I know some people said some fucking fighting game is coming out. I don't know if that's the game you're talking about, but it's lost on me. Maybe the game will be good because the characters, but I think Riot will find a good way to fuck it up. You go live on my skating time again. Sorry, dude. I'm gonna get a little bit more of these Golden Graham s'mores. Time out. I gotta finish this by today because I do not want to eat 3 days of sugar. So I gotta finish this thing fucking soon. The sugar in my mouth. Oh, God. Ugh. Where are we? Yeah, the people actually have a history in successful esports. Excuse me. Wow, dude, that was big, dude. I'm sorry for my 2% female viewer audience ship. I am sorry to the 2% female viewer audience ship. Just pretend that I have a big penis or something. Forget that I just did that. That was rude. That was very rude of me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, baby. Babe, I'm fucking sorry. I'm sorry, boom. I'm sorry to my 2% female viewership. I'm sorry, dude. I only eat junk food a few times a year. No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I burp on stream. I'm sorry that I don't have a black dude penis. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, dude. I can't help it. You know what I mean? I'm sure I asked God. I'm sure when I was being born, I'm sure when my soul was being put into my body, I was like, yo, God, can you like hook me up with a huge black dick? And God was like, Clayton, you're being born white. I'm not giving you a big black dick. And I'm like, no, God, please just give me the black dick, God. You know? And God was like, dude, Clayton, you're being born to a white family. I can't give you the BBC. And I was like, God damn it. And God was like, Clayton, if you ask for a BBC one more time, I'm going to give you a bunch of health problems. And that's what God did. God was like, fuck you, Clayton. You asked for a black dick way too much when you were like in heaven. And God was like, fuck you, Clayton. You're fucked, bitch. Anyway, where? To reiterate on the Killer Instinct deck, they just go over a lot about my views of Patson and my Where are we? It might be a fire game. Yeah, so I don't really know much about that company. I don't really know much about that. So I don't know anything about that. Like I said, I don't get my hopes up for any game per se, right? I try to be cautiously optimistic. But I don't even know anything about League of Legends. So I don't know what it would be. Clay, you are a sexy beast, but that's besides the point. Why are fighting games becoming more and more simplified? Because developers are idiots. That's why. Unfortunately, the people that are most vocal generally are the people that are not actually good at games. And it's stupid that, developers are still like, there's never been any proof that making a game easier has made fighting games more popular. But you know what? I mean, people. Ugh. I mean, like, the experiment is already over. The experiment of making fighting games easier to try to make it more popular is over. No game has been as big as Street Fighter 2 still. It is a golden graham s'more. It is very good. It's actually probably, besides the ridiculous amount of sugar, it actually probably has a good amount of nutrients since it's basically just fortified cereal. Would you say there's any merit in playing a fighting game for the single player content? Oh, actually, no, I totally do. Oh, yeah. 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 Oh, sure. Sure. Because think about it like this. I don't play games competitively anymore. I won my last tournament and I was done. Never entered a tournament again. Very randomly, I do play video games. Like I said, I just showed myself. I put out those matches. I showed I can still play games if I want. Doing humanly impossible combos, supposedly. But for the most part, I just play video games by myself. And I still can enjoy the game. because I enjoy the creative process. Now, think about all these haters, all these dudes that make up lies about me, okay? As you look at the the marshmallows on my fingers. Most people that play video games will never be good at a video game. So it depends what you're talking about in terms of a fighting game being competitive. Because most people are never competitive at a fighting game. Most people will never be good enough at a fighting game to win a tournament. So think about all my haters. Most of these dudes have never been good enough to win at a video game, but they still enjoy labbing, is I guess they call it labbing now. They still enjoy trying to find something cool in the game. And there still is such a huge amount of an ego for these people that the competitive nature of the game is done. They've never been good at the game either. But they still think that they have a creative ego in it, right? They want to feel like they are creative. That's why they make up all these lies, right? Because again, I mean, think about it from that perspective. So of course, there is value to be had in a fighting game, even single player. Of course. Again, me, I very rare. Now you could say if there was never a chance of me ever playing again, if there was never a chance of me playing, if no one ever had any chance whatsoever of playing in person, but then it wouldn't be a fighting game, I guess, right? So I definitely, yeah, I do think fighting games have value single player wise, of course, because there's a creative nature in us all. Now, some of you motherfuckers aren't very creative. I mean, that is what it is, but still. Yeah, I don't even know who. Well, this talk is reminding me of LTG. Wait, am I talking like LTG? I don't know. Only thing I've seen of LTG is how he like rage quits on people, I guess. This you would have ended up like those hentais with the red D on the pale body. Or are we talking about that joke I was making earlier? League of Legends has some pretty interesting characters. I don't even know the characters, so it's lost on me. Yeah, it is chocolate marshmallows with golden grams. I gotta wash out my mouth. My mouth is full of sugar. Oh boy, fuck me. Anyway, that's it. Excuse me again. Sorry, my 2% female viewership. Sorry, 2% female viewership. Wait a second. Let me get back my. Okay, time out. There we go. That's for the 2% female viewership. Sorry, dude. I'll give you guys a titty. There you go. Where are we? If they're smart, they do what Mud was doing, patch a lot more often, force the phrase, just adapt. More patches and lots of skins and money. Well, we were just talking about that earlier. I mean, that's one of the problems with games, right? You don't have to make good games anymore. You can just make an adequate, acceptable game nowadays, and people keep buying it because you're like, hey, we don't actually have to make this game quotation marks good. We just need to make it acceptable and then have people buy the DLC. It's actually fucked up. Oh, that shit looks nice, but it sucks that fighting games might not ever reach a high complexity again. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with fighting games. It's sad. I always think that, I might never, that's one of the things I've said that is sad too, because I've said this before. I got lucky that Dragon Ball FighterZ was as big as it was, right? I mean, I got a lot of people from Dragon Ball. Look at that. Look at this, dude. Talking about how complex games are. You have a dude, me, who used to go win around all these tournaments as a kid before I could even drive. Sick as fuck. I've done all this stuff. You have guys like Desk, all these people that are way more famous than me. But look who was doing stuff before them, to the point that people were saying that I was cheating, that none of it was possible, right? But even before Dragon Ball FighterZ, the hate campaign in the community is so strong against me. I only had 2,000 subs, right? Isn't that crazy? How the fuck is a dude that has done stuff that no one else has done in the fucking world for 20 years, or actually whatever the time was when Dragon Ball FighterZ came out, won all these tournaments, only had 2,000 subs, right? So, like I said, I got lucky that Dragon Ball FighterZ was as big as it was, because I just blew up the game in a way that no one else has ever blown up a fighting game before. So I got lucky that Dragon Ball FighterZ got big. I got all these extra 18,000 people despite the community doing whatever they can do to get people to not watch my videos, right? So that's why I said I feel like I mean Dragon Ball FighterZ was kind of my chance, dude, right? I mean, to actually get some people, right? Because fuck, dude, I sure as fuck was doing stuff in way more complicated games, and I couldn't get my stuff played. I couldn't get my stuff shared. Oh, he cheats. We'll just share Desk videos. Desk videos are real, but Clayton's videos must be cheating. And I was doing stuff before him. You know what I mean? I was actually winning tournaments while sick. You know what I mean? So, and I only had 2,000 subs before that. I mean, look at all the crazy videos I've done. But Dragon Ball FighterZ, I blew up the game like a game has never been blown up before. You know what I mean? That despite the hate campaign, my channel started getting like a little bit bigger, right? But I don't ever expect to do that for a game again. You know what I mean? So I don't expect the game ever to have that ever happen again in a game. That's why I'm saying, like, I don't know what's going to happen with fighting games, because I mean, if you're talking about what am I going to do, I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? Most of the time that I play games, if I do, I'll play an old game with a friend, right? So, I don't know. Oh, Pikachu looks crushed. No, he's here. You need to sample Armani Privé Blue Turquoise. So the samples that I recently got coming in fragrance-wise, I got, because I've never smelled it yet, I got that Pacific Rock Moss. I've never smelled that one. I got a sample of the new Bergamot Bohemian Lime coming in. I got some of Terry's Keys fragrances are coming in that I haven't smelled yet in a while. I got some random vanilla fragrances. And I got, a handful of other stuff. So I'm trying to keep my channel active fragrance-wise, and I enjoy fragrances. But as an adult, I know I don't have the money to, even sampling is very expensive. Turbo-rific, thanks for the cat. That's Pikachu waving. Thank you for the cat, the $1.49. So I got some stuff. I do enjoy fragrances, but I have to be an adult. I don't have a lot of money for fragrances, so I got to be responsible. And I've said this before too. People always ask me to get a better camera, get a better this, get a better that. I don't have the money, so what am I supposed to do? If I had the money for all that, of course I'd be buying a ton of fragrances, but I don't. So that's called being an adult. I got to be, whatever, right? Oh, the BBC talk. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, of course, I'm sure we all wish we had the biggest penis ever, right? Or maybe not the biggest penis ever. Look at Pikachu's like, what the fuck did I just walk into? Are you talking about your small penis again, Daddy? You shut the fuck up. Don't tell them about my small penis, Pikachu. Jesus Christ, Pikachu's just exposed me with my small penis again. Fucking this little fucker. He's lucky that I love him. I'd fucking throw him out the window, trying to expose my small penis constantly. Anyway, where are we? What are your thoughts on Black Lives Matters? Just curious. I think it's a very volatile situation in many places. I think there's been propaganda on both sides, but you know what? I mean, what are you going to do? It's not a good situation, right? I mean, I don't really know what to say. Some of these protesters are just starting the riots themselves, and some of these cops are bad guys themselves. So you know what I mean? It's a not good situation all around, I would say. Yo, Clayton, just joined homemade s'mores. Oh, yeah, I just ate the s'mores. I got a little bit left. I'm going to eat the rest later. Hey, Harry, what are your opinion? Wait, what are some opinions of Dragon Ball? Dragon Ball Fighter Z's biggest flaws, or it has fundamental flaws? If you wanted to play Dragon Ball Fighter Z, you would be much more popular. Yeah, I mean, of course, there's a part of me that wishes I liked the game. You know what I mean? There's a part of me that wishes I liked the game so I could at least, play it a little bit. And then, God, because I remember even after I quit games, there used to be times when I would sign on because, I would beat all these people under fake names or whatever, in the very beginning days of like GGPO, Fightcade, Supercade, whatever the fuck they were called. You know what I mean? So there used to be times that I would make just totally obnoxious names, like boner up my butthole, or not boner up my butthole, at least I don't think I have, but I would just make totally obnoxious names, and I would look for dudes that I know that used to talk shit about me, and I would go online and I would just destroy these guys, right? So I wish that I actually liked Dragon Ball Fighter Z sometimes when I played it, because I sure do think it would be funny to randomly, go and troll these dudes online. But I just don't like the game, so it is what it is, right? But blew up the game and really exposed a lot of shitheads with how they are. That's the problem. I exposed all these dudes, and look, it hasn't really gained much traction, dude. These dudes are still getting better. Like I said, yesterday I was in the hospital. I showed pictures of it. I could show. How about this? People think I was lying. You know what I mean? Let's go show this, dude. I didn't even know about it. I didn't even fucking know about it, dude. Let's show this. Clayton is going to go hack a medical record again right now, dude. Okay, so I'm going into my U of M, right? I'm hacking the medical record right now. Oh, wait, sorry. I actually got to remember my password. Hacking medical records, guys. Time out. Appointments. Can you see? So I was in the hospital all day yesterday, dude. And then I get back from the hospital, you know what I mean? So I'm getting my tumor checked out. And what do I see? I see this fucking idiot Hex Pro motherfucker trying to say that apparently while I was in the hospital, I was deleting his comments on YouTube. And people actually believe this guy, dude. The thing has hundreds and hundreds of likes, and there's just a bunch of people that go around making up lies about me. And they're like, yeah, we know Clayton was going around making up lies. I wasn't even home. And I'm like, wow, did this motherfucker literally delete his own comment? I don't know what the fuck happened. I wasn't even home. I got home and then I saw like dudes like, dude, are you seeing this? And I'm like, what? And they showed me like, what the fuck? Like, dude, I've been in the hospital. What the fuck is this? And then this dude, he's trying to post, oh, Clayton has no proof of me ever talking shit about him. Like, dude, you're one of the original dudes that I blocked for talking shit about me. I've showed proof. I showed proof while this guy was trying to say that I was saying things were not possible in Dragon Ball Fighter Z when I was telling people it was possible. And now he's trying to play off like, oh, he was just being sarcastic or some bullshit. And now I'm running from him. Like, what are you talking? Dude, what are you talking about? You're the one that made up lies about me. And now you think I'm going to be your friend because I guess you apparently said I have cool Vegito combos? Like, are you a child? So you were talking shit about me all this time. But now you finally say I have cool Vegito combos. Actually, motherfucker, all the shit I do is great, and you just do shit based off of what I already did. You should feel lucky I even played the game. You know what I mean? So unbelievable, and it's unbelievable that people actually believe this guy. Just like I showed, there's that one story. I found a quote of it recently. I can post it here. You guys, this is a story I told before. You guys don't. Does anyone think this story wasn't true? Look at this. I can show you this guy's story. You'll read it for you. Read it yourself, motherfucker. Let's watch this. Scroll up and read it yourself. Here it is. I'll post the link. You can see my comment, and they're going to read up. Do you guys remember how I told you there was one tournament I was really sick? And these dudes were so concerned. They didn't want to lose to me, right? So they saw that I was sick. And they kept delaying every time. Every time I was supposed to have a match, they're like, oh, yeah, Clay, we got to go get something to eat. We'll be back, like, in a while. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on, dude? Like, you guys know that I'm fucking sick. I'm, like, popping pills all day to even keep me going during this tournament, dude, right? You know what I mean? And then afterwards, when everyone was getting stoned and everything like that, I got so fucking sick, I straight up collapsed. I had like a seizure, apparently. They fucking left me there on the floor, unable to move. Until a friend came in, he found me, and he took me to the emergency room. And you want, after I got out of the hospital, these dudes stole my shit. And look at this. Look how many years later after this, they're trying to say that Clayton just smoked weed. And then when I called him out, I'm like, dude, you motherfuckers know I was sick. And then now they're trying to go back like, oh, it was a long time ago. Let's forget about it. Do you see how fucked up the community is, dude? These dudes were still going around posting, trying to say, like, make up all these stories about me. These dudes left me on the fucking floor when I couldn't move. Can you believe how fucked up these guys are? And look at this. I saw that. I'm like, wow, you guys are still making this up all these years later. You guys know that I was sick. You guys left me on the floor, dude. And a friend found me and they took me to the emergency room. And look at that. They're like, yeah, Clayton got sick because of weed. You know what? I'll show you this too. Clayton got sick because of weed. Wait, can I show you this too? This is the lies that the community talks about, dude. I wonder if I have it in here. Okay. I don't want to show them my stuff, so. Anyway, the point is, I have weed cards. I have marijuana cards, okay? So the point is, these dudes literally go around on the internet during a tournament that they know I was super fucking sick at, that I was taking medication to even get me through the tournament, and they kept leaving, you know what I mean? Because these motherfuckers didn't want to lose another tournament to me. They saw that I was sick, and I had to keep popping pills to keep me going, and they kept like delaying the tournament over and over again until the time I got super fucking sick, and at the end of the day, I literally fucking collapsed and could not move. These motherfuckers left me on the floor to fucking die. When I got out of the hospital, they fucking stole my shit. Look at it. Look at it yourself. And look at their comments. Oh, it was a long time ago. Let's forget about it. Just forgive us. Just forgive us. We're making it up. You want me to forgive? The only reason they asked for forgiveness in that thing is because I fucking saw they were still doing it. How fucked up is this community, dude? You guys think there's any fucking good people here, dude? Why do you think the fucking community hates me? Because that's how fucked up this community is, these dudes, right? Can you imagine if I actually would have died or some bullshit? I mean, I was fucked up, dude, right? Wow. Do you know what I mean? Look at that, dude. I mean, I'll read the comment. Like, what is this, dude? Oh, yeah, and look at this. Ari Blue Moon. This is the same year Dennis and I carried Clayton out of the Red Roof because of weed. Because of weed? Motherfucker, you know I was sick as fuck. Oh, then he's like, yeah, this is the year that Clayton officially cut me and others out of his real-life friend list. Can you imagine trying to, like, joke about this? Like, wow, this is the year that Clayton decided not to be friends with anybody. Yeah, dude. You guys left me on a fucking floor to die, you fucking idiot. Do you fucking see how fucked up that is, dude? And that's why I'm like, yeah, dude. And look at this. AK, yeah, because he couldn't handle it. And I'm like, wow. And I'm like, dude, you guys are so fucked up. Like, imagine trying to joke about that, dude, right? And then, oh, Clayton, just let it go, man. It's been a decade. Dude, you were lying about it a decade later. You were lying about it a decade later after it happened, dude. Do you see how fucked that is? 10 years later, you were still going around the internet and lying about it to everybody. And then I saw that you were doing that. I'm like, wow, how fucked up are you guys, dude, right? And then, like, just let it go. Let it go. Look at this motherfucker. I dare you, like, call this guy out, dude. If you guys want, call these fucking look at these dudes. Oh, just let it go. It happened 10 years ago. You're just making up a lie about it for 10 years straight. Now you want forgiveness because I saw you're still posting about it? That's how fucked up these people are, dude. They stole my camera. They stole my hat. Because remember, I used to wear this hat because all my hair was coming out from radiation and everything like that. I actually really liked that hat. It was actually a pretty cool hat because I got a big, you know what? I don't know if you know this, but so of course when I originally did the radiation to destroy my thyroid, it actually took me 2 years to grow my hair back. It took me 2 years to grow. My hair did not grow back fast, right? It took me 2 years to grow back my hair after all that radiation and everything like that, right? Like it was not a quick process, dude, for me. But anyway, so yeah, they stole my hat, and I really like that hat because I got a big watermelon head, but that hat actually really, the hat really fit my head pretty well, to be honest with them, right? To be honest with you, right? But yeah, so they stole that hat, which I really like that hat. That was a nice hat, and they stole my camera. It wasn't a super expensive camera, but they still stole my camera. They never gave it back, and it's like, wow, dude. Like imagine lying about that for 10 years. And then when I see that you're lying about it for 10 years, you post, oh, just forget about it. Wow, dude, like really? So anyway, yeah. Yeah, the Hex Pro, I'm like, what is this dude talking about? I deleted like, dude, Hex Pro is the same dude that I actually was publicly calling out at first at the beginning. So I'm like, yo, dude, why are you running away talking shit about me to all these people, to whoever will listen? And now this dude is the one trying to say that I'm the one that ran away from him and deleted comments. Dude, I wasn't even home. I don't even know what you're talking about. So that's how shady this community. And like I said, it's crazy that people actually think it's real. That's fucking crazy, dude. These dudes who have been exposed so many times for lying, they think like, oh, dudes actually believe these guys. That's fucking insane. It's amazing, dude. But yeah, whatever, dude. Bunch of fucking idiots, I guess. This really scummy, man. Every community has a lot of these people like this. That's the thing though. But dude, people won't call these guys out. I've actually been thinking about even just almost deleting almost every single person on my Twitter. Like it's unbelievable to me, and I'm gonna call them out. I'll call them out here right now. It actually really sucks that people like Tatsu has like 10,000 followers on Twitter. And it sucks to think that Tatsu will DM me telling me he's sorry for not believing me and that he thought I was going to be wrong and he gives me credit for this. But Tatsu won't defend me publicly? Like that kind of says like, damn, dude, like I appreciate that you're willing to at least DM me and you will tell me like, hey, I thought you were going to be wrong. Sorry, dude. You were actually right about all this stuff. And it's like, thanks, dude. I appreciate you saying it. Like, at least he did that. A lot of people don't even do that, right? But then it's like, man, dude, you could actually you have 10,000 people. Why don't you fucking defend me against these dudes like in public? But man, people really don't want to fucking defend me in public. Isn't that fucking like, it's fucking unbelievable, dude. You don't want to defend the person in public that's already showed that he's not making money off YouTube. Wow, man, I struggle to make $5 off YouTube. Isn't that fucking weird? Like, Jesus Christ, dude. you should be happy. Like, I'm giving you content to make. You guys are the ones that are making money off video games right now. You can't throw me a shout out. You can't defend me publicly. I mean, that was one of the things I got on Kenji's case about. I was like, Kenji, dude, no one likes me. I already know. I told Kenji, we should get Thomas back in here again, dude. I was like, Kenji, we know no one likes me. But Kenji, you have the power to help Thomas right now. You know Thomas didn't do this stuff, Kenji. Thomas has actually helped you, and Kenji wouldn't do it. So then I was like, fuck it, dude. I'm just going to call out Kenji, which I didn't have to. Kenji is my friend. So on some level, you could say, Clayton, you're an asshole. Kenji was your friend too. You didn't have to call out Kenji publicly. But it's like, motherfucker, dude. Thomas has helped you, Kenji. You know he's not a bad guy. Use your fucking power for good in the community. And Kenji wouldn't do it. And then look what happened. People got mad that I did it, that I showed people, right? And then, of course, it came out years later that Kenji and Team Serious apparently were the ones that were stealing people's games. Fuck me, right? Jesus Christ. No wonder they didn't want to defend Thomas. You know? But look at that. That's how fake these dudes are. These dudes trying to ask me, oh, be my friend again. I just showed for 10 years. You were trying to make up a lie like that. Why would I be your friend? Like I said, it's crazy to me that these dudes, man, dude, unbelievable, right? But that's life, I guess. Huh? You know, so that's life, though, I guess, right? You know, let's hate the one dude that is helping us for free, right? You know, Daimo has actually said, too, that he's been able to find some of the old Game Combo archives. But I guess because it's an archive, you have to go through thread for thread. So it's just like taking too long to find stuff. But I've thought about trying to find a lot of these older things, too, right? I've thought about trying to find a lot of like older shit and see how much old shit can I find on the community. All right. Excuse me. Like I said, you know, the funny thing is too, do people even, you know why I don't even have so many people on Twitter? People don't even get it, dude. I try to stay away from the video game community. A lot of people I know in real life, they don't even know that I ever won video game tournaments. They don't know that I'm a nerd. Hell, a lot of girls don't even believe that I'm a nerd. I've actually had girls straight up tell me when they find out that I'm a nerd, they thought I was trying to pretend to be a nerd because it's cool to be a nerd now, right? But a lot of people in real life, I don't even tell them that I played video games. A lot of times I've actually tried to keep it a secret. That's like how far I've tried to stay away from the video game community, dude. I've tried to keep like Final Showdown and Clayton Chapman like two different people, dude. You know what I mean? Because I just have so many bad experiences with the community, dude. Like I said, so it's kind of like, damn, dude. Like I have thought, like, man, should I even unfriend Tatsu? I'm just like, man, dude, I appreciate him for, you know, it's cool in my messages he will defend me, but it's like, damn, dude, you know, you could fucking actually defend me publicly too when you have power. But no, people don't want to do that, I guess. Yeah, saying it was a long time ago. Of course, they say it was a long time ago, but then look, they were still posting it 10 years later. It was a long time ago, be our friend, but then look, I just showed 10 years later, they were still saying that. So, anyway. Clayton, my dude, these guys are just living for a game and status and community to compensate. Yeah, that's the thing. But these guys, they're the ones profiting off of it. You know what I mean? The fucked up things a lot of people say, yeah, people still defend Buttmire. Like I said, dude, look at that fucking Hex Pro guy, dude. The Hex Pro dude, he has hundreds and hundreds of like, I want you to think about how crazy that is, dude. You know what I mean? I want you to think about how crazy that is, dude. That Hex Pro, I mean, like I said, to the people that like it and all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? To the people that do like my stuff on Twitter and share it, that's cool. But you know what? It gets like 15, 20 likes, whatever. But then look at that dude, that Hex Pro guy. He has hundreds and hundreds of likes when I showed that it was a lie. And then there's just comments and comments saying that no, I was lying. Like, dude, I showed that it was a lie. I wasn't even home. You're trying to say I was in the hospital. Now you're telling everyone to delete your comments. You're saying like, oh, you never talk shit about me. I like hear it all it is, dude. Oh, I was being sarcastic. You were not being sarcastic, motherfucker. What are you talking about? You're a fucking idiot. Same old shady shit. Just like Marn repping Capcom and the Grand Blue shit recently. Yeah. I heard about some supposed Capcom versus anime player thing, but I didn't watch it. So I've heard of that, but I don't know about it. If that makes sense. I've heard of that, but I don't know about it. And yes, I've heard that Marn, I don't know the exact story of Marn stealing money, but of course I know the story of Marn rigging the tournament. Marn and Flash Metroid got caught rigging that tournament. And, you know, they've been generally shady dudes in general. So, again, I've heard about this Capcom Arc system dudes reversing each other or something, but I don't know the details, but I've heard of it, I guess. Well, that's just like the Halo effect. If you look like Kizzy K, they would think you're a gamer. Yeah, maybe it. Pignuts? Does Pignuts have a different name? But I think the name Pignuts is kind of familiar. But so does he have a different name? But as for online, I never played Reload online. I've had people have told me they played me online in Reload, but I've never actually played Reload online. So that was one of my fakes, actually pretending to be me. I know a guy named Poser Wolf used to pretend to be me. So it could have been that guy, but no, I actually have never played Reload online. So I know someone actually a live stream not too long ago. Someone came in and they were trying to say they played me online in it, and I've actually never played Reload online. So that would have just been a person pretending to be me. But that name is familiar. Does he have a different name? The name is kind of familiar. I'm not sure, but I think Tatsu would get a lot of backlash for defending you. Well, that's my thing, dude. Use your power for good, though, dude. That just goes to show you, dude. Tatsu, though, would admit that he was wrong about me at the beginning. He admit that he saw all my posts and he was wrong and everything I said was right. And I appreciate that. That's cool for him doing that. But then the dude, he doesn't, these dudes, they don't want to defend me publicly. Well, of course people still hate me, man. No one wants to defend Clayton publicly. It's like, dude, there's proof. It's like, wow, dude, that's why I say everyone's fucking shady, dude. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, that's why I was like, again, the Kenji story is such a great fucking example because Tom-Ass was just getting murdered in the forums. And Tom-Ass was not some huge, terrible dude. Tom-Ass had actually helped Kenji legitimately. And Kenji would not use his power to defend him. And so I called Kenji out on that. And I got a bad rap for that. But then years later, it was out that Kenji and Team Serious, I guess the Team Serious guys were the ones stealing from people. So ridiculous. But, that's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. What happened between you and Hex Pro, if you want to say it, of course, because one of his tweets said he didn't want to be offensive or start any beef. Hex Pro is just a dude that used to take shots at me all during the beginning of the game, used to talk shit. And I called him out, and I'm like, what's your fucking problem, motherfucker? You're going around talking shit about me all the time. And, he was a fucking idiot. And then at one point, he even started trying to say that while I was telling everyone that this stuff was possible, he started trying to make comments on people's Twitter that, no, Clayton said this was not possible. And it's like, how are you going to start going around on everyone's Twitter and start telling people that I said this stuff was now impossible when I'm the one that told you it was possible? So the dude is a complete fuck up, right? And then I guess apparently yesterday, now he's trying to say that I deleted his comments when I wasn't even home. I was in the hospital yesterday, and I got home after being in the hospital yesterday. I got home, and people are like, hey, have you seen this? And I'm like, what? And I'm like, this dude is saying that you deleted his comments on YouTube. I'm like, dude, what is this motherfucker talking about? So he's a fucking idiot. Where are we? This kind of person that we're saying, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I can't believe the guy has so many likes on his stuff too. But of course, it's just a bunch of people who have made up lies about me before. So it's just kind of like, wow, you guys are all dudes that got caught making up lies about me. Unbelievable. But, and people believe these guys, right? Yeah, I heard the Capcom guys dudes got beat really bad. But again, I don't know anything about Grand Blue. So it's lost on me. What was the last Street Fighter you played, and what were your experience with people in the community? Well, it depends. Tournament wise, I got second at that Street Fighter. The last Evo I went to, right before I had surgery on my hands and I could barely use my hands, I got second at the big Street Fighter Alpha tournament. And there's still some videos of that. You can watch that. You know what I mean? Then these guys got so bad, they pulled the fire alarm on me during me and Mike Watson's finals. I've showed that before. It's fucked up. And they also had the one Street Fighter 2 there. And I think I got 13th in that game, which is funny because I didn't know it was Tokido at the time. But me and Tokido won our brackets, right? And then Tokido gave me my first loss because there were like so many people. They have like a brackets, whatever. And so me and Tokido won our bracket. Then he beat me when we played in the final of the bracket. So then I started off then in the losers of the next bracket. I forget how they did that Evo. And it's funny because Tokido beat me 2-1. I didn't even know it was Tokido at the time, right? And I'm like, fuck, Jesus Christ, I wish I would have been practicing, right? You know what I mean? And then I lost to Seth Killian in that. And I think I got 13th. I think 13th is what I got. So that was the last Street Fighter. And that was Evo, over 10 years ago. And, but I mean, I played Street Fighter 4 versus friends, and I played Street Fighter 5 a few times, I guess. Several tournaments, including Evo, flooded himself to finals, and of course, the cash he stole from his players and the merch buying when he managed the LOL team. So I don't know anything about that. You can post the story. I mean, this is the LOL team. This is probably something after my day. I don't know anything about that story, so I can't comment on it, but you can tell the story if you want, right? I don't know much about the past history of the FGC since I'm pretty new to the fighting game. Well, I mean, I could tell stories of what my experiences was in the fighting game, but my experiences in the fighting game community, I should say, but like I said, there are not a lot of positive experiences. Excuse me, there are a lot of, it's a lot of bad experiences, you know what I mean? My experiences were not good experiences, Oh, man. Time out. So where are we now? Where are we? NB. That's the typical behavior I've noticed of soy boys. Pig is the black dude from SoCal. Yeah, so I think is Pig the dude. Did he have the name 408? Is that another name? Did he have a number name? I forget. No one stayed my house, and I don't even know his actual name. If I ever win an Evo tournament, I'm going to mention this in my speech. What are you going to mention? Hey, I heard a Dragon Ball Fighter Z Clayton Chapman. Yeah, Damascus has shouted me out before. That's nice of him to do that. Would you say it's too late to start to get serious about fighting games? It depends. What do you mean? You to get serious about fighting games? What are you talking about?
Do you have one good experience? I could tell the one experience when the crowd lifted me up at the tournament when I beat a famous player. I've told that story many times. The Montreal story where like the crowd lifted me up. I could tell that story. That's like one of the only good experiences I had at a video game tournament. You know, that was even though it was anticlimactic, I only got like third at the tournament. I didn't even win. That was still a, you know, nice tournament, I guess. So that story was, oh god. I've told this story a few times. You guys better don't. Oh, so I did tell it. Okay, so do I tell the story or no? If you guys have heard it. Retell, sure. Okay. Motherfuckers better redonate. Story time with Pikachu better donate to the super chat. So basically what happened was back in the CVS2 days. So they had these like Canadian championship tournaments, whatever, right? So what happened was I went to the first Canadian champion Street Fighter tournament, whatever the fuck it was called. And we drove to Canada, blah, blah, blah. And I ended up beating all the top guys in Toronto, but I lost to the top Montreal guys. And I ended up getting fifth place. And a lot of the Montreal guys, they talk shit about me. They're like, oh, yeah, see, Final Showdown isn't that good. We beat him, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? So then the next year happened. Go to this big Canadian national tournament, whatever. I beat all the top Toronto guys again, but I lost to the top Montreal guys again, and I got fifth place again. And that was the tournament where I played JFL, and someone robbed my brother during the tournament. And it's funny because we're like playing the tournament, blah, 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 blah. And like, oh, Clayton, are you playing in the tournament right now? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, yeah, well, you got to come with us after this because your brother just got robbed and the police are here. You know what I mean? Because tournaments, arcades were not always held in the best areas. So I got fifth again, and the Montreal guys talked shit about me again. So at the time, the best in Canada was actually a guy named JFL and Prez. And JFL was famous at the time because JFL had come to America and he had beaten Arturo Sabin. Do you guys know Arturo Sabin? Team Spooky. He's a famous guy. Arturo Sabin. You guys know him? Whatever. So JFL from Montreal had beaten Sabin, or whatever, Arturo, in a big American tournament. So JFL was pretty famous at the time. And again, so Montreal was considered the best in Canada, and the best guys were considered JFL and a guy named Prez. You've never heard of Sabin or Arturo Sanchez? Well, anyway. Story continuing. So basically, then this next big Canadian national tournament happens, right? And it's in Montreal. And man, the Montreal trip was crazy. It took us like 12 hours, however the fuck long the drive was. It was ridiculous. So we get there, and I might have even lost my first match because we didn't have any time to practice. We literally just drove 12 hours. We barely made it. It's fucking ridiculous. And what happened was I ended up beating JFL then in the tournament. And like I said, JFL had just won this huge American tournament against Arturo, and him and Prez were considered the best in all of Canada. And I beat JFL, and the crowd went fucking crazy at the arcade. And it's the only time that I've ever experienced that all these dudes who talk shit about me came up to me and bum rushed me as a kid, and they like lifted me up and were like chanting, and they're like, Final Showdown, we will never talk shit about you ever again. And they're like, no scrub could ever beat JFL, blah, 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 blah. And they were super fucking nice to me after that. And then the story's anticlimactic because then I lost to Prez. So I only got third at the tournament. But, there was like a very smidge, that was a good memory of a tournament, I guess, because all these guys who had gone out of their way for years, basically, to talk shit about me, then they ended up at the arcade. They like lifted me up and they were like cheering my name for that one tournament when I beat that guy. So again, it was anticlimactic though, because then I got third anyway. So if I would have won the tournament, it would have been way more epic, right? But so that was kind of a good memory, I guess.
That was that story. Yeah, it's an anticlimactic movie, though, eh? Excuse me. That was for my 2% female viewer audience-ship. Look at Peachy. Peachy's going. Excuse me. Fuck, man. Those Golden Grand treats, dude. Had the community not been as toxic with people being kind to you, well, at the end of the day, I'm still sick. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, my health still sucks. So tournaments go on for so long nowadays. It wouldn't be realistic. You know what I mean? So probably not, because you got to remember, I'm in and out. I'm laying down all day. You know what I mean? I don't do much throughout the day. I'm still sick. So, and a lot of times when I play video games, I only play for minutes, 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, I guess you can. If you see like an exact straight line, like, so you can kind of see the scars on my hands. Like, we all have these curves on our hands, whatever. I don't know if you can see this exact. I don't know if you can tell. It's like that exact. That's actually a scar. That right there. And I've showed where it's, so I actually have had surgery on my hands. So my hands don't work as good as they used to, right? So, but yeah, it's an exact straight line. Yeah, so it's not like the normal curves you have. There's an exact straight line where I've like had surgery on my hands. So, I normally only play video games, here a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there kind of thing, right? So, now if the community was nicer to me, would I have a chip on my shoulder? Of course not. Of course, if people were nice to me, I wouldn't have a chip on my shoulder. But would I be entering tournaments and all that kind of stuff? It just would not be super realistic. I probably would still enter maybe local tournaments. You know what I mean? Because maybe a local tournament wouldn't be as hard on me, body wise. But yeah. How was Tinder in Japan? Wow, dude, Tinder in Japan. Dude, Tinder in Japan, you can't tell what the fuck anyone looked like. Dude, I swear, dude, probably 90% of Tinder profiles were literally either girls with that really ridiculous photo booth filter where they don't even look human anymore, or it's just like their back, or it's an animal. You couldn't even see what the person looked like when I tried to look at Tinder. I'm like, dude, everything is just completely the weird fucking, what do they call them? Like, is it purikini? What was that? I forget the Japanese word. Those little picture booth pictures. It was either a picture booth picture, a girl totally, or just her butt, like you couldn't see anything, or it's like a picture of an animal. You couldn't even tell what anyone looked like. So no, Tinder was useless in Japan. I don't even know, man. I don't even know if I have Tinder on my phone anymore. What is Tinder like? What is Tinder like nowadays? Jesus Christ, I don't know, dude. Damn, the ass is fat in that picture. The ass was fat. What do you think about that fat ass, Pikachu? I can't see, motherfucker. You're making me look at the wall. Damn, the ass was fat. Why do you think the FGC seems to have such a problem with shit talking and going behind people? Why do you think the FGC seems to have such a problem with shit talking and going behind people's backs and shit? Because people won't hold them accountable. I have a big ass scar covering the entire back of my arm when I broke my arm. How did you break your arm? Any cute traps? Any cute traps? Like I said, I know that one famous trap, right? I know that one famous trap. I wish I could get her on. Can I try to message her again? I can try to message her again, but She does not like that she's like internet famous. You know what I mean? But I'm sure you guys have seen her before. You wouldn't know. See, I'm trying to load it. Clayton, you have to inform me with anticipation when you're going to stream with Pikachu. Most of my time. Oh, so wait, are you on right now? Oh, so you see. Oh, she had responded to that. I didn't realize that. She said she saw me streaming with Pikachu, but she needs more time. Well, actually, can we get her on? I know people are always like, who do you actually know, Clayton? I don't think she would say who she is, and I wouldn't say who she is either unless she wanted me to. And I said, she doesn't like that she's like internet famous, actually. But anyway. What are you using for studying Japanese? Right now, lately, I'm just I've been watching a playthrough of Dragon Shadow Spell in Japanese again because I can't really get my PS2 doesn't really work very well. So I'm watching Dragon Shadow Spell in Japanese. I'm watching the guy play that, and I'm also just do lingo, that kind of crap. You know what I mean? So excuse me, nothing too crazy. That kind of stuff. Yeah, the Genki books are kind of the beginning kind of stuff. I haven't seen her, but I'm curious. Well, you might have seen her. Like I said, she is an internet famous kind of person. She gets posted on the internet all the time. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. I'm telling you, dude. What do you think about those lips on her, Pikachu? Pikachu would not know. Pikachu swears as well. Pikachu would not know. Pikachu solemnly swears he had no idea. He was shocked. People keep saying this name Blair, and I think this is somebody else. I don't know who this Blair White person is. How old is this Pikachu? Pikachu is an original Pikachu. So whenever Pokemon first came out, 96, 97, whatever the fuck it was, this is a first edition Pikachu, actually. Man, can you hear Can you hear the rainstorm outside? They say when thunder gathers, that means there's many Pikachus by. Right? Isn't that what they say, Pikachu? Oh, I've kept very good care of this little bastard. I've kept very good care of this little bastard. He's very important to me. I gotta keep good care of this little dude. He's very precious to me. Oops. You can hear the rain outside. Yeah, it's kind of like a ASMR, right? Holy shit, yeah. I assume you don't like the modern Pikachu. Yeah. Though he's got some scars on him, though, dude. He's got like a few scars. He's been through some battles. He's got that little scar right there. He's got that one. He's got some divots. He's got some little divots. And see the little thing right there. Yellow thing right there. Does he have any other things? He's pretty good. Oh, right there. He had a little thing. He had a little scar right there. He's got a few little scars, but chicks dig scars. Chicks dig scars, don't they, Pikachu? They also dig big penises, which Clayton doesn't have. My dad's got a small penis. That's a Pikachu's got no shame. He's always fucking talking shit about me. Look at this little motherfucker. He can't keep his fucking mouth shut. Oh, I have to pay my to go to resting. What's got another cluster wagon again? Well, if you have a cluster migraine, I would not be watching this for sure. What are your plans after quarantine? Well, when is the quarantine even going to end, right? Ugh. I don't know if the quarantine's ever going to end, dude. Fuck, I don't even know if I'm going to get to do all this traveling, man. I don't know if any of this shit is ever going to fucking end. I hope it fucking ends, but I don't know. After the quarantine, like I said, I'd like to go back to Japan. I'd like to do some other traveling as well, but who knows if it's ever going to happen. What about you guys? He's a big boy. Look at this little Marfa. He's got a fucking Okay, how about this? He does kind of have a fucking disability. He is old enough that look at his hands. They're just like little nubs. They're not actually totally. What is this? This isn't exactly 3. This looks like it's just 2. He's kind of got like a deformity. Stop making fun of his disability. He's got a fucking disability. He has a war vet. That makes sense. Oh, fuck, dude. Do you plan to live in Japan? If I can make it make sense health-wise, I might live in Japan. But, oh, wait, did she just message? Wait. Oh, dude, wait. Okay, time out. Wait a second. Wait a second. Oh, the link went. Oh, man, I'm tired. When you going to expose Enigma, them fuck guys? I've actually already exposed Enigma. I showed Enigma was a liar. I showed that dude was lying already. Man, that dude used to ask me for help for combos and all that kind of shit. And then he tried to say he was just joking. But yeah, no, Japan, I would like to live in Japan if I could make it make sense, you know what I mean? If I could make it make sense like health-wise and everything like that. You know what I mean? If I could make it make sense health-wise, I would like to, but I don't know, yeah, but you know, with this whole virus and everything like that, I don't know, dude. I'm looking to get out of America, though. I'd like to, everyone should, everyone should travel as much as, they can. Yeah, the girls are super shy, yeah. The girls are super shy, yeah. Girls are super shy. Time out, man. There's this. Yeah, there's that one girl I told that story. There's like typhoons and everything in Japan, so. We were at the restaurant and, my friend was like, oh man, it's pretty, pretty quiet today, right? And she was just like, yeah. So I guess we were both like sitting down at the restaurant, right? And this girl came up to us, like the lady, and my friend's like, oh, hey, yeah, it's pretty quiet today, right? And she's like, oh, yes, the tsunami. So now a lot of people came, and then she looked at me, and she's like, you have really nice hair. And then she just ran away. And my friend was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So, yeah, it was very hard to have, like, a conversation with anyone. Like, my friend, like I said, he always tells me the story that, most people don't really talk to each other in Japan. So it's hard to have, like, a real conversation, because people don't normally talk to each other. Sad, unfortunately. I did have, well, you say girls are shy. Technically, the grandma came up to me, like I said. Technically, that grandma did come up to me, and the grandma tried to give me the hand job, like I said. The grandma was not shy at all. The grandma definitely was, trying to get onto it, right? So like I said, I could tell that story again, Me and my friend were just walking down the street, you know what I mean? And this grandma, we're just walking down the street doing whatever we're doing. And this grandma came up to us and she's like, "You want the real Japanese hand job? I give you the real Japanese hand job right now." And we're like, "What?" And the grandma's like, "We give you the real Japanese hand job right now. You come here right now." And we're like, "What?" And my friend was like, "There's not 1% of Japanese in you, you Chinese bitch." And she's like, "Oh, and she like walked away, right? And my friend, like, it was like one of those things. My friend was like, "Well, geez, if it was if it was a legitimate Japanese hand job, we would have taken it." But my friend was like, "I can tell you're Chinese, so we're not going to give you the hand. We're not going to take your hand job." But, we're just walking down the street, and the Chinese lady, and she's like, sort of pulling me. She's like, "Hey, do you want to see the real Japanese hand job? I give you real Japanese hand job right now. You come here. You like very much. I give you Japanese hand job." And my friend was like, "There's not 1% of Japanese in you, Chinese bitch." And she's like, "Oh, jing jing oh, don't, we don't, and she like walked away. I don't know Chinese, whatever the fuck she was saying, right? She could have been 50 or 60 or something. I don't know, but she was like an old grandma. Like I said, in Japan prostitution has this very kind of like fine line of being not exactly legal or not exactly illegal, right? My friend told me one time, again, another story he's told me. My friend was like, one day he was just walking around. He's walking around, and he said to one of the Chinese lady, and she's like, "You want the real Japanese hand job? I give you $50 right now. I get you sucked off right now." And my friend was like, $50 doesn't sound too bad. Okay, let's go get sucked me off. So he went with her like down the road, and like the lady's like, "I don't remember your $50. What $50? You give me $50? I don't remember. I don't remember your $50. And my friend was like, "Bitch, you just said you sucked me off for $50. And she's like, "I don't remember that. I said that. Are you sure? You don't speak Japanese anymore. Me Chinese." And my friend was like, "Oh, well, fuck you, bitch. I'm going to the police." And so my friend, he like walked over to the police. And my friend walked to the police. And my friend was like, "Hey, this fucking bitch just told me she'd suck me off for $50. And she took my $50. And the police were like, and they're like, And they're like, "Well, the thing is, it's not really legal, but it's not really illegal. So just be more safe next time." And that's how my friend told me he found out about how Japanese culture works. He was like, it's a very fine line between things being legal and illegal. It's just kind of like the police were like, "Well, it's not exactly illegal, but it's not illegal. So we don't have to arrest anybody. So just be careful more next time." But that's how, Japan is this very kind of like thing, like, don't bother anybody, we won't bother you, right? You know what I mean? So my friend, he took me to the dangerous areas of Japan, that kind of stuff. And he was like, "Yeah, it's like the dangerous areas aren't that dangerous. It's really more so the people you just have to watch out for." You know what I mean? So you got to watch out for these like grandmas, trying to give you a blowjob, these Chinese grandmas. I was walking down the street one time too. We were walking down the street, and one street there was just a bunch of like massage parlors where they like jack you off, whatever, for real. And then the store right next to it was a 3D one where the girls give you a 3D goggle and then you jack off, and then they just clean up after it. Like, what a crazy country, right? That you're literally walking down the street and it's like, do I want the Chinese lady to give me a hand job, or do I want to watch the anime porn and jack off to it with 3D glasses? True story. That's Japan. Right? Pretty crazy, right? And my friend actually thought it was pretty ridiculous. My friend was like, "Man," my friend was kind of drunk, so I don't know if my friend ended up doing it. But my friend, like, he was like looking at it, and he was like, "The girl is literally butt naked right here on the street with her butthole out, talking about giving you a massage parlor." And he's like, "You know what?" He's like, "I know it's Japan." He's like, "But I'm gonna call city council tomorrow because even this is a little ridiculous for me, right?" Because like the ladies, he's like, it's just like literally in broad daylight. A girl was like her butthole was spread, and it was like, "Do you want to like jack off to my butthole," or some bullshit like that. And he's like, "That's a little bit much." He was like, I'm gonna call city council tomorrow and say that that's like a little bit too graphic to be on the street, right? So, but that's Japan, I guess, right? Well, I never went there. You know what I mean? I never went there, so I don't know. You know what I mean? I never went there. I never went inside. My friend was trying to get me to go to like a strip club though, because my friend he's like, when you go to the strip clubs, he's like, here's how strip clubs work in Clayton. He's like, it's amazing. I don't really care about strip clubs, but this is what he was trying to get me to do. He's like, Clayton, when you go to strip clubs in Japan, he's like, you walk in and a dude gives you a bunch of hand sanitizer. Oh shit! Did it just freeze? Are we there? Anyway, so no. So my friend, he's like, when you go into a Japanese like strip club, he's like, here's what happened. Someone gives you hand sanitizer. You got to sanitize your hands like that. And then you walk down and you go to a couch. And then they give you a list of girls. What girls do you want? And you just pick out whatever girl you want, basically. And then the girls come over and you basically can finger them. You can like make out with them, suck on their titties, whatever. But the whole thing is a bouncer will watch you the whole time that you're doing it to make sure you don't actually have sex with them. Isn't that crazy? And so you can be like making out, fingering a girl, whatever you're doing, I guess, right? But and then be like, okay, I'm tired of like making out with you and sucking your titties. Give me this girl. And the bouncer will be like, okay, sir, I will get this next lady for you. Blah, 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 blah. And that's how he told me it works. And he's like, basically, as long as you don't have sex with them, it's okay. And that's why the bouncers are there. They watch you basically like do all this stuff to all these girls, I guess, just to make sure you don't go too far. You know what I mean? But apparently that's how it works there. But, things in Japan, you're pretty like squished together. So there's not a lot of room. So, you're trying to get it in any way you can. Like my friend said that it's not unheard of to even like bring a girl to like a karaoke bar to try to have sex with her, right? You know what I mean? Because when you go to a karaoke bar, they like close everything down for you and they never bother you unless they'll call you before they even enter the room, right? Basically, right? So they'll call you while you're in the room, even before they would come in, right? So it's like, I guess you can get caught having sex in a karaoke bar or whatever, but they literally, Japan is a very just don't hurt anybody and it's okay, I guess, kind of place, right? Crazy, right? But that's Japan, I guess. Yeah, they're all like private rooms. Yeah, it's all like private rooms. Yeah. And it's like and you're shut in a room and it's all like really dark, so they can't see in or anything, right? So if you're like having sex with a girl, they wouldn't even know, right? I mean, and since they like message you, right, before they come in, right? Are you talking about Jinua? I don't know that dude. I only met that dude for like 5 minutes. Like I said hi to him, what's up, but I don't actually like know that dude. So well, I told the story. Apparently, me and Majin Obama have beef, which I didn't even know about. So, but the Giuna guy, however you say his name, I only met him once. It was just kind of like, "What's up?" That was it. Wasn't anything like Wasn't like a big conversation or whatever. I just met him, real lickety split. Yeah, so basically the bouncers, they're there to make sure you don't do anything fucked up. But who knows? Maybe it's different with this COVID virus and everything like that, right? Maybe you're not allowed to do all that shit. What do you think about Pikachu? The weird thing is too, I just can't imagine like trying. So first of all, I'm not super into Asian girls in the first place. So when I was in Japan, of course, I definitely saw a number of like attractive girls. Yeah, for sure. Right. But I just think it's weird to like go to like a strip club and be like, man, I hope there's a girl I actually want to make out with. Right? Like imagine going to a strip club and like you're like, well, fuck, I guess I gotta make out and suck on somebody's titties, and you're like, fuck, man. I'm like, well, I guess I'll suck on your titties. Okay. Can you imagine like how that must be like embarrassing too? Like imagine you're just like there, like how objectified are you there, right? That you're just like all these naked girls there, and a guy's just like, I guess I'll suck on your titties, and then I'm gonna suck on your titties. Get over here, right? Like, I think I've only been, no, I don't know if I've been to a strip club once or twice. I can only remember once though. But I remember the one time I went to a strip club because this dude, he was like, oh, Clayton, will you please go to a strip club with me? You know what I mean? I was like, I really don't want to go to a strip club. And he's like, "Oh, come on, dude." And I just remember I went to the strip club, dude, and I remember, dude, I felt so bad. Like there was this girl, man. We got a fucking fire alarm going off, or a weather alarm, and there's this girl, like literally, dude. She's like on the pole, and she was actually probably the hottest girl there, probably the hottest girl there, and she looked dead inside. Like her face was just blank like this, and she's like, "Look at Pikachu." And she just imagine a girl with a blank face, the best looking girl there, and she's just like she was just like doing the splits, spreading like pussy everywhere, dude. And she looked so dead inside, and she's like, and she was just like moving like that, and she just like looked at us like that, and she's like, and I'm like, oh God, and I'm like, this is so embarrassing. I'm like, this girl looks so dead inside, dude. It was sad, and she was actually the best looking girl there. And at one point, I remember my friend was like, "Oh man, I gotta go get a lap dance, dude." And I was like, "Dude," I was like, "Dude," he's like, "Dude, I'll be back. I gotta go get a lap dance." And I'm like, "Yo, dude, okay, go whatever." And so I just laid there, and I remember some girls came over to me, and they're like, "Don't you want a lap dance too, honey?" And I told them straight up, and I'm like, "Dude, I'm just here for my friend. You know what I mean? You can try to make money with other people." I was just straight up with them, like, "I'm really just here for him, dude. You know what I mean? But good luck with the, pussy power, I guess. Whatever you're doing, dude, right?" But what do you think about that, Pikachu? She's good looking though. She's a good looking black girl too. I remember that, dude. Good looking black girl. She had really nice titties. She was a good looking girl, dude. But man, she was dead inside. It was really sad, dude. I just remember like, man. But the thing is, even as dead aside, even in dead as dead, even as dead inside as she looked, I'm sure she made a lot of money, right? Because people were just throwing money at them, right? You know what I mean? Not a me. Not a me. Yeah, I was all having me a wank. I was all having me a wank at the strip club. And this girl, I swear, mom, she fucking just spread her ass cheeks right in front of me. She got her sweaty butthole right in my face. And I was like, oh shit, well, okay. I see your butthole. I see your butthole, and I will raise you a butthole. You will raise me a butthole. I don't know if you should be raising me a butthole. I will raise you one butthole. Anyway. Yeah, but that was that story. In the UK, they banned sex. Well, obviously, to stop the spread of Rona. They banned sex. Wait, what? When learning Japanese, you're going to have to learn the culture and going to think, wow, Japanese culture is very different. Yeah, no, Japan, going to Japan was a fascinating experience for sure. Like I said, I'm not that much of a nerd anymore. I say that while I'm talking with Pikachu. I'm not that much of a nerd anymore, so I was worried that when I went to Japan, I wouldn't appreciate it as much as I did. But actually, I like Japan more than I thought I would when I went to Japan, even without being that much of a nerd anymore. So it was really, really fascinating. Like if any Japanese guy sees a girl with titties bigger than the average Japanese girl, they're gonna have to want to have fun time. Like if any Japanese guy sees a girl with titties bigger than the average Japanese girl, I'm actually not a super big booby person. I'm not super big on the boobs. I would rather have a nice butt than big boobs. Actually, I'm more into that. How long did it take to put in the butt? Never did anything with those girls. Never did anything with them. Yeah, I haven't been to Taiwan, but there's definitely a lot of stuff to do in Japan for sure. Japan is awesome. Oh boy. If I was Taiwan #1. Man, look at Pikachu. Pikachu looks like he's sucking a titty. I'm basically his father and his mother here. There you go, Pikachu. He's resting in my bosom. I gotta protect this little dude. I gotta make sure nothing happens to my baby. Mm-hmm. The 2% female viewership, the 2% female viewership is back. True motherfucker and fatherhood, yeah. I'm both the father and the mother to this dude. Taiwan is very similar to Japan, in my opinion. Super nice people and great street markets. Favorite foods. Man, those Golden Graham treats I made were pretty good. Oh no, chicken, cheesy bread, tiramisu. Oh man, so much fuck. I don't know. There's a lot of good food technically, right? We talking about Japan, but what about Korea? I've never been to Korea, but I've heard that Korea is actually. I've heard that Korea is very superficial, right? I think there's like a meme about how superficial Korea is, and I don't know if I've ever actually seen anyone say that it's not a meme, right? I don't know if I've actually heard anyone actually that has been to Korea say that, yeah, Korea is not superficial, right? I feel like everyone that's ever actually been to Korea has been like, yeah, Korea's real cool, but it's very super fucking superficial, right? Clayton Buttman. Have you played any of the King of Fighter games? Yeah, I played the King of Fighter games. It's where my name originally came from, and I've made some like combo videos for King of Fighters. Would you verse your viewers in any games? Well, I mean, I don't really play games anymore, so I don't know what I would play them in. Right? I don't play Dragon Ball Fighter Z, like I said, if that's what you guys are talking about. Superficial, like they only care about how you look, kind of thing, and they're very like judgmental about everybody. Yeah, dude. Oh well. Oh, any other questions? We've been streaming here for a while now, dudes. Bum, 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 bum. Well, dudes, final questions before I bust out of here. Plus the fact that tons of Korean girls have surgery. Yeah, I've heard that for sure. Thanks for the stream, Clay. See you, dude. Can you do some stuff with 16? I don't know if I ever plan on doing any stuff with 16. See you, man. Who do you think is the most fun character to do with combos in Dragon Ball FighterZ? I don't know. I'm not sure. Like I said, Vegito is my favorite character, but I don't know if Vegito is my favorite character in the game, right? Yeah. But I'm proud of lots of the characters that I've done. You know, all those Gohan combos, the Frieza combos, the Cell combos, the Goku combos. I'm not sure. Yeah, I do agree that a lot of the Korean girls do look similar. I do agree with that. I do also, though, think that a lot of the Korean girls probably are the best looking girls, right? So it's kind of a catch-22, I guess you might call it, right? Oh, well. Yeah, I do like Teen Gohan. Anyway, dudes, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Yeah, I found the cell loops, yeah. Cell loops, double supers, that I'm the first person to do the sparking loops. Like that, it's ridiculous. If you look at that, dude, no one had ever done that stuff. 6 months those dudes were playing the game. They never did anything. No cell loops, sparking loops, all that stuff, dude. Most of the stuff in the game is originally from me, right? It's ridiculous. Anyway, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Thanks for tuning into the stream, guys. Remember, like, share, algorithm crew, whatever. Super chat, Patreon, PayPal, whatever. Help me expose these dudes, etc. Yada, yada, yada. Thanks for tuning in. The end.